Hello and welcome to Street Week Day 3 at Malmö. This beautiful track here, fully prepped. I think we're gonna see really good times here. We see the cars over there waiting to line up to go to the track here and maybe hit the record time. And the leader of the class, Kribbe there, is first car out. And as you can see, compared to yesterday's, just tarmac and no rubber at all was laid down. It is a lot of glue here and it is a lot of rubber. So beautiful track here in Malmö. It's an 8 mile here, about 201 meters and a little bit narrow. So if the high horsepower cars, it will feel a little bit narrow back there and not the longest braking there, but really cool. This is very nearby the town here in Malmö, in the industrial area here near the harbor. We have the rear-wheel drive Saab here, warming up the engine here, and it is a BMW 6-cylinder M50 engine in this. Single turbo, Saab logo here on top, but heavy modified firewall. Looks like an racing rally interior here, but shifter, it's more than one, and the gearbox is an 8 HP. The rear axle looks to be a BMW one, individual rear suspension, and tow hook as almost all of the cars here. Bit of nitrous here, and unfortunately it looks like it's leaking a bit of water. Maybe the cap is bad, or hopefully not the engine. I hope they can fix it.
slår styggt på bakhjulen med vänsterbanan och högerbanan.
This Camaro is a really nice build. It is in the ultimate street category, but then it could be in a higher category. It got a huge Vortec supercharger here, very clean engine bay, and it's Sami Toivonen that is the owner and driver of this car. And co-driver of this car is Mats Appelgren, that I think also have built the engine. And Mats Appelgren is actually one of the founder and was the owner of this event, Streetweek Sweden. But he sold it this year, and now he's working under the car. So instead of being organizer, he's now a racer. He's co-driver at this event. So that is cool. It's yeah, some new owners of this event this year, but I think everything is the same as previous year. So it's a really good event here in Sweden. Beautiful billet, intake manifold, black anodized, looks like a lot of injectors here. And I think they have some converter problem, or they want to change the converter, so maybe that is what they are doing underneath. Looks like the body is like all stock steel, and it has a drag racing wing back here, and it's a lot of power, so it has double parachutes here in the back. MB back rear end here, built welded in Sweden. But that they are really good guys building drag race cars. Here's the man Mats Appelgren that have built this engine, and is it over 2,000 horsepower in this one? 1900? 2,000, maybe more. He's very secret, Mats.
1576 kilos. We go on a quarter mile, 730 something, and 313 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
And then you can calculate yourself.
Yes.
But this race, we the only thing we do is fiasco.
Okay. Yeah, but here in Malmö, maybe if you if the converter everything is okay and
the drag races, self-confidence is like a sinus curve.
yeah.
Up and down, up and down, and now it's up.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And how is it to be in a car and working instead of being organizer and dealing with all of the other racers on that way? Is it better?
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing. It's just fun.
Good luck rest of the week.
Thank you.
And on the transportations, they removed the belt for the supercharger, and I think they're putting an air filter on this cap here. Here we have Daniel Helsing with his Audi TT, and this is the 5-cylinder engine that is in the Audi TT and like the Audi RS3, and a lot of custom stuff on this one under the hood here. Beautiful condition on this Chevy 55 with the parachute in the back. Got beadlocks, Mickey Thompson, Street R tires. Very nice interior here, but a little bit of a roll cage. It's actually a full roll cage here. Beautiful silver paint, and looks like an LS engine with twin precision turbos here.
Men det er godt nok et atypisk hus med regn og ikke og
This blower Mustang, really nice chassis work with this. Some plates here to cover up for the driver position, and yeah, double RPM gauges. Looks like a rear view camera. Some of the covers here are like plexi, see-through. Don't know much about these rear ends on these kind of cars, but it's Penske shocks. A lot of different boxes, data loggers, ignition boxes, and then injected magneto ignition. think they're removing the whole blower of this car between the the tracks here for the street driving. Yeah, I'm loosening some bolts here. Belt is off because this injected methanol it's not possible to drive on the street. And I think this is the only blower car like this here on Streetweek Sweden, and not many in other drag and drive events in the world either. And adapter plate here, so I think maybe carburetor fits on the same here. Now the carburetor is on there, and it's a normal distributor in the back of the engine. The magnetos in the front is removed. This Opel Ascona have been looking like this for many years. I think 2011 I was driving in the same race with this when I was racing with my Supra, but it have been a couple of different engines in this one. At that time it was Volvo 16 valve 4-cylinder, and it has been like BMW M50, it has been V8, and now it is an Audi 5-cylinder engine in this one. But it's all new build, this one. They have not tested it. First pass with this combination was on Mantorp on the first day. And it is an automatic gearbox. They had some problem now with the gearbox is out, you can see, with the flex plate. So they're trying to go somewhere to a mechanical shop to maybe try to see if they can machine that one. It's an automatic flex plate for Audi, not that common. But nice to see this paint. I wonder if it's the same original paint that is 15 years old, or maybe even older than that. Here we can see the flex plate and converter. It have seen better days, so hopefully they can try to fix this and machine it. Don't know much about the engine, but pretty large PSR turbo. We got dual free fuel rails here, new ones, the old blue one. The neighbor, looks like the neighbor next to this one also have converter or gearbox problems. Really big single turbo on this one. The intercooler on top here. Also some Danish guys here with a Toyota Corolla. They have some slicks usually on here, and food table and table for the tools and all the parts. They thought it was a problem with the valve maybe now, so they have probably repaired it, and hopefully they can go out and track and it's working back good again. This 32 rod, the top contender in the street Outlaw category, and he's been racing with this car several years here now, and it's very serious build here, not much of the 32, and they have some different settings here depending on if it is a prep track and unprepped track. I see that the sway bar is disconnected here right now, and I had a close call, actually hit the barrier, the wall a little bit, so it's a little bit damaged on this one. I have covered this car before in earlier years video. Really cool, a lot of things going on here, wiggings, fittings here, clamps, holding the charge pipes. Managed 510 today, but I think the competitors was like 480 something. Just a small damaged uniball here. He thought when he was going out of the car that the whole side would be smashed, but yeah, it was all okay. Even the rims made it all out okay there from the hit with the barrier there. Toshan that is in top fight, working on the car here. This pickup here is from Iceland actually, and they're packing up for the day, and they got stopped by the police this morning, and they told it was a little bit loud, so they got 1,000 kroners in fine for being loud. But I don't think this is loud compared to some other cars here. But 1,000 Swedish crowns is $100, so it's not that much. And this one is more streetable than most other cars, even though they race it on the drag strip. And it's cool to have them here in Sweden from Iceland. There are some different ways to have their transportation rims when you're not having your big slicks, and this was maybe one of the first time I see this one. It's outside in aluminium, big one, so big dishes in this one.